The Lord's word in the book of Proverbs tells us that he who signals with the fingers is planning evil. Revelation 13:18 says, "If anyone has insight, let him calculate the number of the beast, for it is man's number. His number is 666. The number 6, cryptography, and satanic symbolism feature heavily in the building here at Alexandra Palace. Alexandra Palace was built exactly 6 miles from the City of London. It's also built in the form of a parallelogram, and there are many parallels to other great fires, like the Great Fire of London, 666, 1666. Also, Rome. In this Renaissance painting, you can see a torch on the right-hand side depicting the torching of Rome, and on the left appears to be a flying disc of some sort. Please note the similarity between the pattern on the flying disc in the picture of Rome and also the pattern on top of the dome on the first Alexandra Palace. After rebuilding from each of these fires, including those at Alexandra Palace, it was announced that the buildings had risen from the flames like a phoenix, and in many cases symbolisms of the phoenix went up, such as at Alexandra Palace on the corner of the Palm Court entrance. Before being burned down the first time in a satanic sacrificial fire, Alexandra Palace looked like this. It had 3 domes, the central dome having a very interesting pattern on it. It also had 6 pyramid shapes on every side. Each of the pyramids contained a flying disc, so that's 3 spires, 6 pyramids, and 6 flying discs. The palace was completed in 1873 and burnt down a few days later. This fire started in the Great Dome. After this fire, Alexandra Palace was said to have risen from the flames like a phoenix, taking on its new shape in 1875. The new palace had 6 dome and spires, but this time it had only 4 pyramids, each pyramid containing a flying disc. The rear of Alexandra Palace today looks like this. However, the rear of Alexandra Palace 1875 looked like this. As you can see from this old photograph, the back of Alexandra Palace in 1875 had the full rose effect on the back, depicting the eclipse which will happen when Nibiru passes between the sun and the earth, whereas today it's just depicted by circles, in more places than you may at first imagine. In July 1980, Alexandra Palace decided to catch fire again. Once again, when it was rebuilt, it was announced as having risen from the flames like a phoenix, and at the Palm Court entrance on the corner, the bar is called the Phoenix. In its present format, Alexandra Palace now has 4 pyramids made of masonry and 2 more pyramids made of glass on the roof, so that's 6 pyramids. It now has only 3 winged disc depictions, as the 4th one on the back of the building appears to have been deliberately removed. It now only has 1 glass rose depiction at the front of the building and 1 complete 6-pointed flying disc also at the front of the building. This time the building is left with 3 flying discs, which signify 3 sets of 6 stars. That's 6, 6, 6. The burning and rebuilding seems to be working in the form of a countdown. This includes the way that certain structures on the building are replaced with others, leaving less and less each time. So my theory is, wherever you find 6s or a phoenix, you found the site of a satanic sacrificial fire, all relating back to the planet of the devil, Nibiru. Before we move on, let's put this theory to a proper test. For instance, the Buncefield oil depot explosion at Hemel Hempstead in England, the largest explosion and fire in peacetime Europe. For clues we have to look for 6s, cryptography, and satanic symbolism. Can you see any? You can also apply this theory to other big fires that have happened in your area. Just look for 6s and anything to do with the phoenix. In part 3, we'll be using clues from the cryptography in Alexandra Palace to tell us what kind of spacecraft were used to travel between Nibiru and the planet Earth.